we keep seeing this pop up all over the place about some study somebody did claims that there are more tire and brake dust particulates in EVs, and that negates all of the advantage of the zero carbon. And this has been an interesting thing because I was thinking about when they started bringing up brakes, like, well, who's driving a EV and using their brakes? And that was my first thought when I saw this. It's like, well, what EV did they use to show this?
None of this seems to make any sense. Why are you comparing the emissions, the particulate emissions out of the exhaust of a diesel with the emissions out of the exhaust of an electric vehicle? There is no exhaust. I mean, just there are things about it that just like kind of set off my alarm. And I thought, you know what, somebody surely has had to have rebutted that article that claims that EVs are 1,850 times worse for the environment than a gasoline car. And so I didn't do a lot of research on this thing, but this article from the Royal Automobile Club of England, who has been around for over a century, and their sole mission in life is to encourage automobile drivership, not politically one way or the other. What I thought was a very level, fair review of this topic. And they go through this thing. And the thing that got my attention was they said, now, if you take the numbers that this testing company in Oxford came up with, the amount of particulate matter that is spun off of an EV tire every mile, and they also did kilometers, and you take that number and you multiply that out by just the standard 16-inch automobile tire. In 4,000 miles, you would have worn the tire down to the rim, which is impossible. So there's obviously something not right about I'm not going to denigrate the credibility of the testing organization, but certainly the people that kept repeating this story over and over and over again without doing a little research and a little logic. Example, my Fiat 500e I bought it used, 23,000 miles. About 2,000 miles later, the tires were getting down, and that's not unusual. When you buy a car and you run 20, 30,000 miles, you got to replace them. So I got new tires because I didn't want to go into winter with the tires that came on the car. I now have close to 39,000 miles, and I see no wear at all. But if I would have used the numbers that are coming out of this testing organization, I'd have to have already replaced those tires maybe a couple times. The other thing about this study is they looked at extreme aggressive driving. Like everybody drives aggressively. No, we don't.
This was kind of interesting. Volkswagen in their EVs has replaced the brake discs and pads to just brake drums on the rear of the ID series because people just don't really use the brakes.
No. Yes, that regen braking is beautiful. And you see that on my car, a little blue light comes on showing that I'm putting energy back into my battery as I'm touching the brake pedal. So yeah, people, if you've not driven an EV, please go take one for a ride and see how nice they are. It's a world changing experience.
The number one reason people replace EV brakes isn't because of wear and tear. It's because they haven't been used. Lack of use has contributed to them becoming defective from like dry rot,
right,
or something related to the system. And so it's less common because the brakes last well over 100,000 miles. It was interesting. I mean, I've seen that article quoted a whole bunch of places.
Lots of times. It's just all over, and I just got tired of accepting the line. I said, okay, let's do a little research. And it didn't take much to
but
find out.
There's always a little bit of truth to some stuff, right? Because there's no question that EV tires wear out more, but they probably wear out 50% faster than a regular ones on a gas car. But
I don't
still, but I've known people who've had to replace their Tesla tires at 20,000 miles.
Yeah.
But I also not sure how fast they were driving all the time.
Well, that too. And there was an early problem with the Teslas, I think, that had something to do with the alignment. if I
Yes,
remember.
that was an issue. And the other thing is too, Tesla drivers have a very high accident rate, and they tend to be predominantly male, and they do have a high accident rate. And I think a lot of it is just they're so ridiculously fast that people just don't know what
Oh
to do
yeah, I
with it.
mean that's when you got 0 to 60 in 4 seconds.
Yeah.
And now I just don't understand why you would even want to tell people that my new car, the new car coming out from Tesla, is going to have 0 to 60 in 1 second. Huh?
That's
What is that?
pulling a
That's
couple of
seven, eight
G's.
G's throwing
No,
you
you're
back
going
in
to
the
pass
seat?
out.
Yeah.
If you hit the gas that hard, you're going to pass out.
Hi, I'm David with EV World News. If you like this video, then please press the like button. If you like the content and would like to see more videos on electric vehicles, then please hit the subscribe button. If you have some feedback for us, please let us know in the comments. Have a great day.